and they say, I want to stay with that sweet Filipina. Next thing you need, it's not nothing you can buy. It's something you gain. It's gonna be something that's gonna drive you crazy. Be ready for it. It's not a matter of how or why, it's a matter of when in the Philippines. Thank you for watching another video. It's me again, Jada Black Filipino TV. Now today, we're gonna get into things you absolutely need when you move to the Philippines. Let's get right into it. All right, now the reason why I named it this, because there's things you absolutely need when you move to the Philippines, but not the Philippines so much. Most guys, for some reason, I don't know what it is. Everybody that comes to my channel, not everybody, but a lot of people still want to move to the province. Okay, so that's why I named the video this. Because a lot of guys, they do. They always say, hey, you know what? I want to come and I want to go stay out in Iloilo. I don't know what it is. It seems like everybody wants to move to the province of Iloilo. Guys keep talking about it, but they want to go to the province and they say, I want to stay with that sweet Filipina. Well, one thing with that sweet Filipina, no money, no honey. But anyway, let's get right into it, guys. So what I'm going to talk about is things you need when you move to the province. Now, this is something that I realized later in my time in the Philippines, because my entire time since I've been living in the Philippines for 5 years, living in Manila, and I enjoyed myself in Manila. Great times. Definitely, if you're a guy that can't deal with things that'll happen in the province, you should stay in Manila, you should stay in Cebu, you should stay in any city area. But anyway, guys, let's get right into it. Now, one of the things you're gonna need is a solar-powered fan. Now, why do you need a solar-powered fan? If you have a generator, you necessarily don't need one, but this is why I got a solar-powered fan. Now, you have to think about it. If you move to the Philippines and then you get a generator, right? If you have a solar-powered fan, you won't need to power the fan with the generator. So that just lets things to power, which means you get more out of your generator. So what I recently did, I recently got a solar power fan. Now this is what led me to get that solar power fan. Actually, a week ago I got it, and it was delivered today. And the reason why I had to get it was because there was a power outage that happened here, right? And the power outage was for 3-4 hours. Now the crazy thing is, power outages, they usually happen in the day. They rarely happen at night. They do happen at night sometimes, but they don't last long. But the power outages that happen in the day, the reason why it happens, maybe they've been doing a power adjustment, fixing up something with the power, or maybe just testing something. And then what happened to me the other day, power was out for 4 to 5 hours. And when that happened, it happened at 9 in the morning. Now this is the crazy thing for me. I usually go to sleep, and it's not for all of you guys, but for me, I needed one because I usually go to sleep like around 5 o'clock in the morning. So what happened was I went to sleep at 5. I woke up at 9:30 because it was burning hot, right? And I know if I would have had a solar powered fan, I would have been fine, because even with just the fan, when the AC is on for a certain amount of time, you guys know how it is. AC is on for a certain amount of time, it's on for 3 or 4 hours. You know, that fan is gonna keep the room cool. So with that fan, I would have slept and it would have been fine. But I woke up that day, I felt like I was in pain. But that's how you feel when it's burning hot. But yeah, so that's when I said, you know what, I need to get a solar powered fan. Now I'm gonna show you guys the fan I got. It was only 1,400 pesos. Not bad, good fan, has the lights. I'm gonna show you guys that now. Also guys, one thing you're gonna need as well is the solar powered lights. And then the solar powered lights, when the power goes out, right, and I love these solar powered lights. One in the front of my house, and I have one in my kitchen. So when the power goes out, my house and the house next to me, it's the only ones with solar power lights on the outside. Of course, other houses have them in the area, but it has solar power lights on the outside. So when the power goes out, my front light lights up the whole block. I can open the door usually because it's hot. That's what I do, open the door. The light's coming out from out my house. I have the light in the front of the house, so my whole house is lit up. And that's good, especially for me. Like sometimes there was power outages, and I got these lights when I first moved out here. So when there was power outages in the past, I used my phone internet because I would still get 40 Mbps, and I would work like that for 2 or 3 hours. Then when the power came back on, I was good to go. I remember one time I was working, right? Let me tell you guys, I was working and I had my lights on in the front, but I had to turn the lights out because I was working and it was around, I say around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and the kids on the block were actually in front of my house. Ah! And the reason they're in front of my house is really, when the power goes out, it really lights up the street. So they're out making noise. I turned out the light. All the noise stopped. The kids left. I was able to work in peace. But really, guys, it was loud. I had to do it. I know you guys say, hey, Jay, why didn't you turn the lights out? The kids were just having fun. No, I'm not a regular guy. I still work here. I still have to gain my income. So the kids were actually a nuisance to me. But anyway, those solar power lights helped me, and it helped me to work. I'm happy I had them when it happened. So guys, this is the next one. I should have mentioned this first, but I mentioned it to the third because, and I'll explain. I explained it earlier, but I'll explain again. The next one is a solar generator or gas power generator. Now a solar generator, of course, because you guys know the gas prices are crazy right now. And me and Kay were actually researching a gas powered generator, and we spoke to a guy on our block a couple of days ago. His gas powered generator, he said it takes 1 gallon of gas in an hour. And right now, gas in the Philippines is like 90 plus pesos per gallon. So that 1 hour, say for instance, sometimes power outages, they happen for 7-8 hours. So imagine you spending 90 pesos to 100 pesos per hour. That's what, if it happens 7 to 8 hours, 700, 800 pesos, that's like 16 bucks. It starts to become very expensive, but that's what it is. That's why I say solar power generator. I'm looking to get a generator myself pretty soon. I don't have that yet. I'm looking to get one soon. I actually need it because without it, you know, I can survive, but still, with it, it'd be a lot better because, you know, usually the power outages, they only last 3 to 4 hours, but you can have some, and it happened before. I remember one time there was a power outage that was 8 hours, half the day to 12 hours, and they have them sometimes. They usually schedule those, and when that happens, and if you need power and you don't have that solar generator or that gas power generator, you really feel it. So that's something you absolutely need in the Philippines. Now this is the thing, you won't need it in the city, of course, but I'll tell you this, I'm gonna post some prices. You're gonna see it right on the side here, and you can find generators that last 3 or 4 hours. You can find them for 6,000, 15,000, many different prices. But I'm gonna post some of those prices here. Guys, because with these power outages in the Philippines, they don't only happen in the morning, they happen at night. Sometimes they happen any time of the day. It can happen 1 a.m., 1 p.m. You never know, it just turns off and you'll be down and out if you don't have it. Next thing you need, it's not nothing you can buy, it's something you gain. You need patience. And that's not just with the province. You need patience in the Philippines in general. Things don't operate how they do in the West and the Philippines. You need patience in general, but still in the province, you need more, and I'll explain. If anybody knows, you guys remember what happened with my annual report. You know, and I talked about it because I always like to let you guys know what's happening. But what happened during my annual report, I didn't do that in Manila, I did it in the province. Now, me doing that small thing, that small annual report, took 4 days. If I was in Manila, I would have got it done right away. Out here in the province, it took 4 days. And that's how things happen. You know, usually in Manila or Cebu or other places like that, it's going to run a lot more smooth. And things, you still can have headaches with handling things there. But when you're handling things in the province, like when I handled my annual report, 4 days, it was back and forth. We had to call up Manila, call back over there, call around, keep calling around, because they didn't have the same system that they had in Manila. And that's how it's gonna be everywhere. It's not gonna be the same systems, and also not the same systems. That's, for instance, like say if you're an older guy and you're having heart problems, you definitely don't wanna move to the province. A lot of guys do it and then find themselves sadly mistaken in the end, and guys have passed that way. Seriously, guys have passed in the past year from being old, having heart problems, and not being in a place where they can get the right care. But you need patience in the Philippines, but in general, you need more in the province because things move even slower in the province. That's my bad acting, but yeah, it was okay. Also, guys, the things you're gonna need is more patience, and this has to do with patience too. You have to prepare for the noise, okay? Now, noise happens in the city as well. You'd be surprised. In the Philippines, you could be in Manila, and those roosters get going. In Manila, it used to bug me out when I lived in Pasig. Twice, it happened twice. You hear roosters crowing in Manila, but that's really the only place that it happens. The Philippines. But in the Philippines in general, the noise, but still in the province, guys, it can be worse. Because in the province, people really have no cares at all. Someone makes noise in the province, that's just what they do. They're going to look at you like you're the wrong person. So, yeah, you definitely want to be prepared for that. Patience, that has to do with patience. Because you're not prepared for that, what happens is guys find themselves undesirables in the country. You'll be complaining about Filipinos making noise, but who's gonna win at the end of the day? Trying to go to the barangay, you're not gonna win any case. Happens all the time. Guys get kicked out the country. Guys get deported from not being patient. So you need a lot of patience, especially in the province. It's going to be something, you know, you have to prepare for it. When it comes, you have to be like, okay, yeah, I know this already. I'm prepared for this. And just deal with it, because it's gonna happen. It's gonna be something that's gonna drive you crazy. Be ready for it. It's not a matter of how or why, it's a matter of when in the Philippines. Remember that. In the Philippines, it's a matter of when, so be prepared for that. This is a bonus, guys. This is really not a part of it. This is a bonus because when you're in the province, a lot of times you won't feel need. You're gonna be like, okay, I'm fine. Also, you gotta be ready for things that are not available in the province, okay? You're going to need, but the great thing about it is like they have Shopee, Lazada. You're definitely gonna wanna use those things because certain products that may be in Manila may not be here, but still, like for instance, I need my Lloyd sleeping tea, right? Like my chamomile tea. It really helps out. It calms me when I'm about to go to sleep, and it really puts me to sleep. It puts me in a relaxed state, keeps me stress-free, and order it on Shopee, or you can go to Lazada, order certain things. And there's gonna be certain things that are not here that you're still gonna need from other places, and even other countries, but you can order that on Shopee, Lazada. That's a bonus for you guys. Be sure to check that out. When you come out here, go on Shopee, you'll find all kinds of products that you can use that you may like, that you won't find in the city areas. So be ready for that. Shopee, Lazada. That's shopee.ph and also lazada.ph. Check it out or download the app. But that's what you need, pretty much. You need a solar-powered fan, solar-powered lights, generator, and a whole lot of patience. Most important thing you need is a whole lot of patience. You need it. Believe it or not, that's something, you may not seem like it, that's something everyone around you has. You see people smiling and they have that attitude, like they don't care out here. That's born patience. That's, I have no choice, I'm here. And when you're here like that, I have no choice, I'm here, that's when you start to settle in and love it. Thank you for watching this video. If you like my content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, if you like my content, you're welcome to support my content by giving a small donation by PayPal. You can go to my Buy Me a Coffee at buymeacoffee.com/JTBF. And there you can buy me a coffee or you can book a consultation with me. I have consultations for a very small fee. Also, I have consultations for working at home. So if you're a guy that's a little younger and not quite retired yet, and you want to work from home while in the Philippines, you can go to my Buy Me a Coffee at buymeacoffee.com/JTBF. And also have a packages for working at home, so you'll see them there. You can book it there. You can get a shirt that represents your journey to the Philippines at foxtonomy.creator-spring.com. Once again, that's foxtonomy.creator-spring.com, and get a shirt that represents your journey to the Philippines today. There's a new feature to YouTube. It's thanks. Now at the bottom of this video, you'll see thanks there. You can give a thanks and make sure your comment is highlighted, and you can give a small donation that way as well. Guys, in the description, you'll see other videos of my other content that's great as well. So you can be sure to watch my other content there. Thank you for watching. See you next video.